Okay, so hello everyone, and welcome to Chase the Sun. I'm Ollie. I'm founder and organizer of this mad adventure. Okay, wow. So it's nearly midsummer 2025, and firstly, I have to say, I never did I imagine all of those years ago in 2008 when I set off on my bike from Sunrise that getting on for 2 decades later, um, I would be making a video message to share online with a huge community of fellow sun chasers. And there is a lot of you. This message is going out to over 2,000 of you preparing to ride this year to take on one of our four routes across either Ireland, Scotland, England, or Italy. I hope you're all appropriately nervous, excited, and energized for the first rays of sunrise on Saturday. I admit this is my first attempt at making a video briefing to go online, so bear with and thanks for listening. This will be a short introduction to Chase the Sun from me. It's to supplement the route specific Friday evening in person briefing that you will have at registration at the event HQs. That's where you'll have the chance to ask your questions of the event leaders and also to meet and greet your fellow riders with whom you'll share this adventure with. So, what is Chase the Sun? Well, it's a bike ride, obviously, but it's more than that for almost all of you here listening. I know that people take part in Chase the Sun for all sorts of reasons and motivations. So, just like the route provided is not a prescription, but actually an invitation to follow the roads that I would choose to ride across and experience the best of each country. So then I will now share with all of you just a few thoughts of what chasing the sun means to me and invite you to consider them along your longest day ride. I think this is an extraordinary thing that you're about to do, to ride from one side of a country to another, powered only by your legs and guided by your head, and all in one day. For me, it all starts, of course, with the sun. It rises in the east and it sets in the west. It traces an eternal arc across the sky of our Earth, defining every single day. It's how we feel the Earth turn, the planets move, how we measure our own place in the cosmos on a daily basis. There is a long history and prehistory of the human race respecting and in many ways defining their culture through reference to the sun. This is a part of all of your ancestors within you. The timeless, fundamental ethos of noticing the sunrise, experiencing the flow of time, the ebb and speed through the day towards the sunset is something that I do feel resonates a little or a lot with all of us. And so today, with all the digital clutter of modern life imposing upon us, I think of it as something of a privilege for all of us, all of you, to be able to experience the longest day of the year with nothing else but you, the sun, a bicycle, and a reason to ride. After all, when was the last time you awoke to set off at sunrise on your bicycle? And in my mind, you should all consider yourself already winners just for reaching this point. Making the space and time for yourself to prepare and train to be here, to rise at dawn. And the reward is whatever the experience of tomorrow throws at you. Now, of course, you will all have different experiences, take different memories and senses of achievement away from your ride this year. I hope it will be an extraordinary, sensational, memorable, and ultimately worthwhile. Um, Remember, the challenge itself is reward enough. There is no failure on the day. You either ride to reach sunset at the sea, or, like me in those early years, continue to ride onwards beyond the setting sun into the dark and complete coast to coast in a day. Or even if, like Amanda in the film we made, Chasing the Sun, you will go as far as your legs and heart will carry you, thus experiencing every moment of the midsummer on your bicycle, but maybe you don't make the coast. It's still likely to be your longest ever ride, a memorable experience, and hopefully an inspiring one, so that both myself and Amanda, you may be back next year to try again and to reach the sunset. Well, some of you have been here before. Last year, I hear you cry. Um, well, then welcome back. Clearly, you found something within your experience and you wanted to return. Maybe you're taking on the ultimate Four Sunsets challenge to collect all of the variety of Chase the Sun routes over each of the four countries. Now, each of those is different route and yet complementary, remarkable in their own ways, but all achieve the same goal in just in different context. It's something I've really enjoyed creating and curating these four routes for you to all explore and to enjoy, hopefully savouring some of the memorable moments to remember your adventure by. The challenge is typically 200 miles, 17 hours, 330 meters elevation, give or take, 14 miles an hour actual elapsed average speed required. But tomorrow is not about data and stats. This is a day for you, not your Strava feed. Um, if you remember one thing from me from this talk, it's the word look. Look out to the horizon, not to your handlebar computer. Enjoy what the route offers, the diverse cross section of the country, the views, the landmarks, the history, the villages, cities, places, the people you'll pass and meet. I don't know what unique quirks you'll see this time, but I know each route is carefully planned to give riders the best chance of really experiencing the country you're riding across and hearing the stories it can tell you from dawn until dusk. Now, as I mentioned, it's not all going to be easy going. That's the point. It's hard. It's the challenge that you've set yourself. So, some practical points from me to aid you in your success. Uh, the most common failure points, and it's not your legs. Hunger, yourself running out of fuel. Thirst, dehydration, even more important, very, very dangerous if you get it wrong. Stopping durations. Stick to the timing plan. Be drilled before you step off the bike. Work as a team. Plan what you're going to do. Maybe one of you is going to fill all the bottles while the others use the toilet. One's going to buy food for everyone rather than everyone queuing and paying separately. You'll figure it out as you go, but thinking about it beforehand will help you limit those stops. Navigation. Don't get lost. Don't add extra miles to an already long journey. Now, there's a route specific itinerary. I'm not going to go through that today. There's a README web page which tells you for each route where to meet and what timings, etc. You should have already seen it or either by email or on social shares. If not, it's on the blog page of the website. So if you go there and you scroll down, and you'll find the South Ireland and North route specific READMEs. So please have a look. It's the same place that the rider info downloads are. So the very latest GPX, split routes, and even more importantly, the route guidebook, which gives you everything that a GPX won't. So it tells you what's around you, it tells you where your next stopping point is, it tells you what facilities are around, tells you what timing schedule you should be on to reach sunset, and so you can judge how far ahead or behind you might be on that. It tells you where your postcodes for your any support drivers might be able to meet you at. So it's really, uh, I hope, a tremendously useful bit of information that I put together for you all to help you on this quest. The timing schedule to sunset is a great reference point. So you should be aiming to get just a bit ahead of this and try to keep that time in hand along the way, um, to allow you to have stops, to allow you for some incidents or some mechanicals if you're unfortunate enough. Always good to have a bit of time in hand. The stopping points along the way. Now, many of them are local businesses who we partner with. We bring business to. We ask favors of them to open early for us, to stay open late. So it's really important that we make this relationship work for the good of the event, for the good of the businesses. So if you can stop and frequent those, spend a bit of cash, and help them help us, then that will be good for everyone. And thank you for that. So please do carry some cash to use for this purpose. Orange ribbons, the famous orange ribbons. What are they and why? Well, they go on your saddle rail. They are high vis orange tags that allow you to see up the road and see that person, that next group that you're riding. Are they part of the event? Are they on the same quest that you're on? Are they someone who you're going to be able to chat to, ask for help, etc.? Same goes with some support cars, which are also often have orange ribbons on the wing mirrors, etc. Are they people who will identify with what you're doing today and maybe be able to offer some assistance? They become these ribbons. They become very cherished. They're something that you'll want to keep. So double tie it, double knot it onto your saddle rail. They are, quite smooth and they do come undone, so they can come loose easily. Double tie it, there are no replacements, and we also don't want to be littering along the route. Support drivers, thank you so much for helping your riders along the way and on their adventure. I know it's a grueling day for everyone involved, whether you're riding or driving, supporting, pedaling, or cheering. Um, there's there's just one key rule for support riders, and that is do not drive along the route. There's so many cyclists, you'll only be endangering someone, even if your best intention is to help uh, riders that you're following. You must use your sat nav and your nous to use the postcode and leapfrog the route and the riders by other roads to come back to the route meet points, which obviously are on the route. Minimize any time driving on the route where possible. Thank you. Quick note on relay teams, you have 3 or 4 riders, you'll get 3 or 4 numbers. You will get just one tracker. That becomes your baton, which is the progress, tracking the progress of your team across the day. Remember to pass it on to your current riding members. Don't find it in your pocket in the support vehicle as you've driven onwards. Trackers, we need you to keep these with you at all times on the bike. Wear it in your jersey pocket. I know that there's other ways of personally tracking friends and family via your phones, etc., various apps. But for obvious logistical and safety reasons, we as organisers need one consistent way of tracking and seeing the whole event together as an overview, as you all can too as well. So you can look on the new live page, the new web page, www.chasethesun.org/live, which will be running over the event weekend and showing all of the dots moving across all of the 3 routes, sharing some of your messages via your social feeds, etc., to try and really paint a picture for those following at home of exactly what's going on and how the events are unfolding in real time. The most important thing with these trackers is that we need them back. Um, Hand them in at the finish, at the sign-in desk, in return for your finisher medal. If you drop out along the way and you have to stop riding, call us at the event control numbers immediately. Let us know your location where you stopped, and we'll advise how you can return your tracker from there, ideally to a nearby staff member who will be passing. There is no pickup sweep vehicle for onward travel. If we can pass by to meet you, then ideal, and we may be able to assist for a short distance, but it is up to you to get yourself either to sunset or home by your own means. Just tell us what you're up to. You must contact us if you're having to stop and leave the ride. This is really vital for our tracking and our event health and safety records. Safety. Be responsible, be sensible. This is a ride, not a race. You and your bike and your behavior are your responsibility. Follow the road rules, ride safely, follow the highway code, display good road awareness, behavior, and respecting of drivers and other road users. We all want to get by together, and consider that those other cyclists who'll be following you, who are about to encounter the same drivers you have just passed. Ride as you would do on any group ride. Look out for other riders, communicate well, point out holes, etc. Be aware and considerate of those on your wheel and around you riding in a group. Now, the non-competitive ethos of Chase the Sun gives you a great opportunity to meet each other, help each other out, and just chat to each other on the road in a way that perhaps you can't at other events. Accidents. Any emergency or danger, just ring 999, the emergency services, as you would do on any normal ride. Then also let event control know, please, so that for the reason that we can consider any action that we can take as organisers to perhaps assist or warn other approaching riders. Now, there is a safety cut-off time on each route. See the safety gate marked at approximately 3/4 distance on each route map. Um, this is important. If there's a time cut off there and it's judged if you're not there before that time, then you're not going to make it to the finish, even within an hour or so after sunset. And so our advice is there for you to leave the event and stop riding at that point at the cutoff, for your own safety and also while you've still got alternative options that in that early in the evening for taxis, trains, etc., in order for you to make your own way either home or onto the finish where you may have a hotel, etc., by other transport means. Respect the environment and the residents also along the route. No urinating or worse, no littering along the route. Uh, we are entrusting you all to protect this event's reputation and give us all the ability to continue to run Chase the Sun next year for you and others' benefit. So please do respect the communities that you're riding through. Okay, some tips for success. First, an essential kit list: helmet, mandatory; lights, essential for the early morning and for the after dark. New tires, advisable. Puncture kits, definitely. Mechanicals, don't be afraid to ask other riders, any support cards that you pass along the way. These should be marked with orange ribbons too. Any concerns that you have about your bike or any fixes you've made along the way, you can always check in with our event mechanics who are stationed at key stops like breakfast and lunch, or ring event control to see where they are currently. Fueling. Eat before you're hungry, drink before you're thirsty. That's the best motto. And do so little and often. I like to set a 20-minute alarm on my Garmin or on my phone, and just get it to remind me that I need to have drunk half a bottle and I need to have eaten half a bar for every 20 minutes as I go through every hour. You should be treating the first 100 miles of this ride like a well-trained warm-up. This should be your comfort zone now, if you've prepared well. You want to be keeping your powder dry. You want to be keeping your energy and enthusiasm up for the second half of the ride when the real challenges will become apparent. Wear sunscreen. It's going to be hot. It's going to be sunny this year. Um, Still, bring a variety of clothes. Riding across the country for a longer time takes you through as many weather and temperature changes through the very start to the very end of the day, much more so than your average day. So even if it's hot and fair, there could well be thunderstorms. So definitely, definitely always pack a waterproof you can take with you. Navigation. Bring battery packs for your devices if you're using them. Load the GPX and follow it, but also do download the route book. Save it to your phone, or print the route guidebook for your reference. For many years, my preference was to use a batteryless navigation strategy, which was a printed set of maps, printed small, ring bound together and mounted on my tri bars as my preferred method of map reading on the road. And the feeling of tearing off each 5 miles worth of sheet and stuffing it into my jersey pocket as I passed those waypoints was both very motivating and very satisfying. Health. This is obviously the most important thing for all of you. So please, please do look after yourself. You need clothing for all weathers. You need to be drinking. You need to be eating. And don't just drink water. You need to be drinking the electrolytes and replacing those salts in particular as you're losing them through the day. Um, heat. It's going to be hot. Drink, drink, drink more than you imagine. Um, you can do this, but you have to look after your body. Finally, to recap, beyond what I've said, please do stick around after the registration on the Friday evening at the event HQs for the rider briefing and Q&A session in person. Meet your event lead organisers, ask them questions, and more and importantly, meet and greet your other fellow riders, swap notes and tips, and you might find someone who you can set off together with at sunrise. Chase the Sun. This is your ride. One of the most powerful things about Chase the Sun is the ability of the idea and the concept to inspire others. This is really important to me. We all come together once a year doing something amazing to demonstrate the power of human energy and the potential of the bicycle. So please help us share this experience with new followers. Do your bit however you feel comfortable. So share your experiences, your stories of why you're riding, the people you're meeting, the sights you see, the way the challenge is making you feel. Um, by sharing what you find on the longest day, you can inspire others too. How? You can post on social media, your photos, your video messages, your of the preparations, the nerves before the ride, the update on the progress along the way, from stops, etc. You can live stream from the roadside, whatever you like, your feelings, your reflections after the ride. Just tag at Chase the Sun Cycle on both Insta and Facebook, and we'll like and even reshare or the best posts on our official feeds too, or word of mouth. Um, I hope that you will wear your Chase the Sun jerseys with pride at other bike rides and tell others about your experience down the pub and when you're out riding, etc. That's almost about it from me. I just need to say thanks to the Chase the Sun team who helped make this all happen. So Phil, Kelly, Joe, Connell, Jax, and Dan, and also all of the various teams of staff and volunteers at each event location who you'll meet on the day. They are there to help you, to keep you moving, and to keep you safe on your quest. Remember, they are working in your best interest, so please be patient, listen to their instructions. It's all done for a reason. It's all part of this big adventure that we're all on together at Midsummer. It really is the sense of collective challenge that sets Chase the Sun apart. Remember the motto, it's a ride, not a race. Enjoy the route, enjoy the day, enjoy each other's company, look out for each other, help each other along the way. And it just leaves me to say good luck and go chase the sun. Once again, I'm Ollie. Thanks for listening. Happy pedaling.